Hello everyone. It has been a long time since I did something like this. I want to get back to doing daily readings. I need it myself, and I know there's other people out there that need it too. Uh, it's a rough time we're living in currently. I have felt lost since the election. I have felt scared. I've felt angry. I've felt rage. I've felt confused. It's upheaval for sure. Um, I'll put these cards up here on the screen as I'm going through them for you. But I pulled 3 cards from the Red Hand Tarot. The Red Hand Tarot is done by Pixel Occult. Is what he goes by, and you can find him on Instagram. Just Pixel Occult, no dots or spaces or anything. Just Pixel Occult. I have almost all of his cards. I think I do have all of them except the Lenormand, because I'm not into Lenormand. But he has one Oracle deck. I know he has at least one, and then multiple tarot decks in different. Some are like Rider-Waite, some aren't. So, anyway, I will preface this by saying, yes, I did shuffle this deck a lot. And here's what came out in this order. 3 of Swords, 2 of Swords, Ace of Swords. So at first, if you look at it, you can see that the numbers are decreasing, like we're going backwards. And that's going to make a lot of sense here in a moment. But that's what it is. We're going backwards. I mean, we're going backwards to a time when women barely have any rights. I mean, some of these people that are supporters of Donald Trump have said horrible things about women. He has said horrible things about women. I mean, they have, this whole, your body, my choice. Have you seen this? If you haven't, probably you haven't been on the internet, and you know what, that's probably healthy. But basically, it's these men going, yeah, it's your body, but it's my choice. And there was the story of this woman who was sexually assaulted by a man, like 10 years ago, something like that. And after Trump got elected, he sent her a message and said, your body, my choice. That's horrific. That is absolutely horrific. And what happens is, because these high people in power, Trump and all the people he surrounds himself with, most of them display severe misogyny. And that empowers other men to display their misogyny, to not even hide it anymore. Just flat out, here it is. Same thing with racism. Racist, incidents went up when Trump was in office the first time, and they've gone up already since he got elected this time. So, when the person in power is not a good person, and he's not, he's a monster, that empowers other people like him to now come forward, to not hide it anymore. Maybe they wouldn't have ever said anything racist to someone's face, because, maybe because they knew that wasn't socially acceptable. But now, I mean, if the about to be president, and his staff and his, cabinet members and everybody he has around him, if they're saying that kind of stuff, and they are, then it just encourages everyday citizens to do the same thing. They don't feel like they have to hide it anymore. It's horrible. So we're going backwards. So, the Three of Swords is about sorrow and loss and defeat, right? And that is indeed how we feel after the election. We feel sorrow. We feel loss. We feel defeated. And we don't know what's in store. And what's in store... Sorry, I had a sniffle. I'm getting over COVID. What's in store is still more pain and more heartache. It's not over. And it's not going to be over soon, most likely, because of who's going to be in office. Our second card is the Two of Swords. This is our first sign that while there isn't peace right now, there isn't much in the way of compassion or empathy. I mean, over half the country voted for him. There will be peace again. Peace will be restored at some point in the future. I hope sooner rather than later. But at least we can rest knowing this isn't forever. We will have peace again. And then last we have the Ace of Swords. And this means that we're going to be moving in the direction of intelligence, truthfulness, away from the lies, away from away from anything that isn't intelligence and truth. Like the stories they make up, like when they said there were illegals in, what was it, Springfield, Ohio, that were eating people's cats and dogs. That never happened. There wasn't a single instance of that happening. Nor are most of the residents there illegal. Most of them are legal. So that's, just a flat out lie, right? Him losing the presidential race in 2020 and him and his cronies spreading this whole nonsense about how the election was stolen and there was voter fraud and all of this shit. All of that kind of shit that has destroyed our country and made, the hate is so strong right now in the country. It is so strong. That's all going to be gone eventually. We will get back to people relying on experts, on scientists, on people who actually know what they're talking about and maybe have a degree for it, rather than just, anytime a scientist says something going, well, you're working for Big Pharma, or you're working for the FDA and they're just trying to kill us all, shit like that. We're moving towards, once we get out of this that we're currently in, we're moving towards peace and a big helping, not quite the right word, but I have brain fog, deal with it. What will be helping that drastically is this truth and intelligence that will take over. Wisdom also. People will start looking for more expert sources and realizing that maybe the guy doing a podcast on YouTube doesn't actually have the answers. Maybe he's actually just as lost as you are. And these people are going to realize this. They're going to eventually see this. Like I said, I hope it is sooner rather than later. There's so much hate right now. And I know this is US centric. I'm sorry for those of you in other countries, but this is what we're dealing with right now, and I'm sure you've seen it. And so that's what this is pertaining to currently. So we're eventually going to move into this more intelligent, trusting experts, telling the truth, instead of just making shit up like they like to do. We're going to get out of that eventually. But we're going to go backwards first, and we're going to have a lot of pain and heartache and sorrow and loss, and it's not going to be easy. Not at all. But this is part of the reason I wanted to get back into doing my daily tarot stuff is I need the spiritual support to help get through this time, and you probably do too. So if you would like to follow my YouTube channel, I am going to try to be doing these ideally every day, but that's, realistically that's probably not going to happen. But, at least a few times a week. It just depends on how I'm feeling. So, that's what I got for you. There is one more thing in my reading. Let me grab this card. I didn't put it, I put it back in its box to get it back out. I drew from Yasmin Boland's Moonology Oracle cards. And what I drew was New Moon in Virgo, which is interesting because the moon currently, hang on. I was doubting myself. So the moon currently is in Virgo. It's not a new moon. The new moon will hit us on December 1st is when it will truly be the new moon. So that's about a week away. But the moon is currently in Virgo, which does align with the card. And the instruction of it on this card is a time to give rather than take. So give. Give your time, give your energy in order to be a support for the world and support for all of us that feel like we're crashing. If we all help support each other, we can get through this a lot better. So, focus on giving, whatever that looks like for you. If you're very passionate about homelessness, give food, go, volunteer at a soup kitchen, like do things like that. If your focus is animals, if you're very passionate about animals, check different rescues and pounds and such in your area and see if any one of them need volunteers. If you can do that. And if you cannot, like I'm not physically capable of doing those things, I'm disabled, you may be able to instead talk to them and see what do they need. Do they need a lot of kitten formula? Do they need a lot of litter? Do they need a lot of adult dry food for dogs or cats or anything like that? Do they want beds for the animals so, they have a nice comfortable place to lay? Anything like that. Whatever your passion is, whatever is on your heart the most right now, give. Your time, your money, your energy, whichever thing you can do. And your energy may be as simple as sitting at home and visualizing yourself projecting like a light to whatever that thing is you're passionate about. So, do what you can to give. It helps us not focus so much on ourselves and our own worries and such. So, alright, that's what I got for you. Thank you so much for visiting and watching. I appreciate it. Have a lovely day.